Hello, class. I think on my previous lecture or discussion, we talked about Web 3.0. So I'm just going to briefly explain to you what is Web 2.0. Web 2.0 is interaction among people, software, and data. Okay. For example, in the past, users cannot participate in the process of web activities. But with Web 2.0, user can start interact among other user and data, also software all together. Some of the application of Web 2.0 is like YouTube, right? YouTube, we can create a vlog, a video blog, and then post it on YouTube, and then uh, other people can make comment or interact with us on the comment. Also, Facebook, right? Facebook is another example of Web 2.0. Instagram, Flickrs, and all the application that allow interaction among people and software. That is the second generation of web, which is called uh, web generation 2.0. Right? Okay, let's go to the next slide, which is web 3.0. Okay, the web 3.0 is the third generation of a web that make use of machine learning and artificial intelligence to help empower more intelligent and adaptive application, right? Uh, for example, Siri, right? Apple Siri is an example of Web 3.0 application. Siri use Siri uses speech recognition techniques and artificial intelligence to search and deliver result. For example, with Siri, okay, with Siri, uh, whenever I go to Progresso, for example, at the moment that I was in the gate or in the border, I can ask Siri, where is the most popular dentist near me? Well, when I ask Siri about that, Siri will display all of the popular dentists that close to my area. Okay, so Web 3.0 is actually we use artificial intelligence and machine learning to help empower more intelligent and adaptive application. All right. Let's go to the next slide, which is a social networking. I think many of you knows what is this already, so I just gonna briefly or skim through this slide. Okay, used to communicate and share information. Right. By the way, if you don't have, if your group's member or if your group have not decided what kind of topic that you want to do for the research paper, this can be a good topic for the research project, right? The evolution of the social networking. In the past, we have MySpace and then Facebook. After Facebook, we have Twitters and then we have what else? Instagram, right? So this can be a potential topic for your group project. Be sure you communicate and collaborate with your team member early. Do not wait until the last week or the last day of submission. So you guys are not going to be rushed through the activities. Blog and vlog, video blog, right? Web blog is primarily is a text based. Okay, it's like WordPress. Video blog is a digital video clips. Okay, if you are good working with a video or multimedia application, and have a good communication or journalism skills, you can become a content creator and make a part-time or full-time living through that. Okay, I have seen a lot of successful people uh, doing video blog or web blog. All right, let's move on to the next one. Wikipedias. What is Wikipedias? Wikipedia is a site that allow anyone to change their content. Therefore, when student work on the research paper, they may not use Wikipedia as their references because there is no trustable and accountable source for that. However, for the purpose of my class, for the class project or assignment, you can use one wikis as a reference there, but do not use too many. All right. Podcasting, right? podcasting is a compressed audio and video file that distributed in the internet. We need to have aggregated software together all the postcard, together all of the postcard podcasts. For example, I usually use this Google News, right? This is called an aggregator, right? If you see that, we have all the podcast aggregator, right? To see all the news from all different sources, right? From CNN, from Reuters, from Associated Press, from CNBC. So all of this called aggregator. Of course, this is not in the voice or in the video, but some of these are videos, all right? All right, so podcast is a compressed audio or video file that distributed on the internet, and podcasts that are all over the world, we need to have an aggregator software. Example of that is like I mentioned to you, Google News, Apple News, right? If you are using Macintosh or if you are using an iPhone or Mac, you can hear it through Apple News, right? Apple News, Google News, Bing News, right? All of these are podcast aggregator, we call them. Webcasting. Webcasting is a broadcast audio and video content over the internet, all right? So I can webcast my lecture. Right now is actually I'm broadcasting, but since many of you have other duties while I'm doing this presentation, so I just make recording and make this available to you so you can watch this at any time, all right? So webcasting is a broadcast of audio and video content over the internet. Twitter, right? Twitter is very popular, right? In the past, we call this a microblogging, right? That enable you to exchange short text messages in real time with your friends or follower. But Twitter has changed this policy. It's not just limited to 140 characters. In the past, yes. When Twitter was invented for at the beginning, it just meant to be like a short text messages, but now it evolved, right? It evolved so user can do messages more than 140 characters. That's why we used to call them microblogging. Web entertainment, multimedia. Well, make sure you understand what is multimedia. Multimedia basically involve graphic, audio, video, and combining media and text together. Okay. Games, right? Games can be a good topic for your research project, right? Multiplayer online game, MPOOG, right? So if any of you are interested uh, to do a research paper on multiplayer online game, that this can be a good topic because uh, the gaming industry is so big and it has a lot of money and participants in that kind of industry. So please talk and communicate with your team members and collaborate with them whether they want to choose online gaming, right? Online gaming or gaming in general using Xbox or PlayStation, those are very popular. Compare and contrast Xbox, PlayStation, and Wii. Or you can choose the topic about online gaming, right? There are many available resources on the internet about multiplayer online games, and I think there is also a competition for that. I myself not a gamer, but I have seen a lot of people doing an online game. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. E-commerce, right? What is e-commerce? E-commerce can be a good topic of your research project as well, because it has a lot of information and you can deep dive into the topic and talk a lot about this. All right. So I just gonna briefly explain to you what is e-commerce. All right. E-commerce mean when we conducting businesses and services online. All right. We have different type of e-commerce. The first one is B2C. That means you're conducting business from business to consumer. Example of the company that do B2C is Dell.com or BestBuy.com. Those are B2C, okay? And then we have B2B, business to business, right? Conducting businesses and services online. A good example of organization or companies that do B2B is Sam's Club, right? Sam's Club, although many household uh, purchase items or grocery in Sam's Club, but Sam's Club are mostly designed for B2B. Also Costco, right? You have to buy in the big quantity. So Costco is another example of B2B, all right? C2C is consumer to consumer. Example of company that do C2C is Craigslist, right? You can sell your items or unused item in the Craigslist, okay? However, sometimes you need to be careful because there are a lot of fraud and a lot of criminals also that post anything over there. So we all need to be careful, right? So we have B2B, we have B2C, B2B, C2C, and G2G. G2G is a government to government, okay? A good example of organization that do G2G is United Nations, right? As you are aware right now, we are in the middle of war between Ukraine and Russia. So how many countries facilitate the peacekeeper for those involved parties, we usually use the diplomatic sources at the United Nations to do communication. G2G is not more into e-commerce, but they are more into like providing service, right? To all the stakeholders, right? Again, e-commerce, this can be a potential topic for your research, right? I would suggest one of you maybe consider this as a topic. All right, secure website, right? Well, when organization or company have a presence of their businesses online, they have to make sure it's secure, right? So normally, when uh, when organization created a website, they have to have a secure protocol, which is called HTTP, right? HTTP is stand for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. That means you are in the secure side. Okay, look at this. Most of the website now, those are secure. If you can see this padlock, this means I'm on the secure side, right? As you can see that, uh, let me see. If I click this site setting, right? Connection secure certificate, right? We have a valid certificate here, right? Valid certificate. Okay, this was created by who? Global Sign Root Company. Okay, this is to certify that this website is reliable and secure. Okay. Uh, One of the most popular company that verify the legitimacy of our organization is called VeriSign, right? VeriSign is quite popular. As you can see, sometimes you can see a VeriSign seal on the site. So that means they are a secure or reliable website, right? So the protocol is HTTPS. Okay? I don't think nowadays people without an S anymore if you go to a site. In the past, they only have this one. Okay? We can use a program called Wireshark that allow people to intercept that. Let me show it to you. It's called Wireshark, right? This Wireshark program can sniff the packet can can sniff packets on the internet during communication. All right. Online shopping guideline. Okay, make sure basically this slide show some kind of tips or strategies or guideline, we can call that, how to have a secure online shopping, right? The slide mentioned about shop at a well-known and reputable site, right? Pay with the credit card is better because if there is any dispute, it's a little bit easier to do some investigation and get a refund and check the return policy as well, right? Uh, this is actually that I pay attention a lot. One of the reason that Amazon is popular or Walmart is popular is because of they are, first of all, they are reputable, and the return policy is easy, no question asked. We can just return it to them and tell them a simple explanation. We don't need this item, and they will refund it. All right. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Browser. All right. This is very important, right? Different type of browser. Remember, I think at the beginning, in my previous video, I discussed about one of the first browser that was released in the market is Mosaic, right, in 1993. But actually, Mosaic is no longer, well, it's no longer exists nowadays. So people usually use IE, Internet Explorer, uh, Firefox, Apple Safari. If you are a Mac user, people use Mac, and the Google Chrome. Okay, so these are some of the most popular browser. Netscape. Not many people are using Netscape browser nowadays. So I have a quick question here. Can you download Safari browser in Windows? Think a little bit. Think a moment, right? Think a moment. Can you download Apple Safari browser on Windows machine? The answer is yes. In the past, Apple's mostly most of the Apple hardware and software are proprietary, but for this particular browser, they allow us to download on the Windows machine. Okay, some people might think that we cannot download Apple, but yes, you can download Apple Safari browser in your PCs. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Browser features, okay. Just be familiar with some of these, right? Tabbing browser, so it allows multiple pages available in the same browser like this one. I open so many browsers, yeah, right here. I open this, I open that, I open that. So this is called tab, right? The history or bookmark, right? Bookmark, make sure you understand what is that, right? Okay, so let's move on here. URL, okay. URL, student need to learn this. What is URL? URL is basically Uniform Resource Locator. It's a unique website address. It consists of a protocol and then the domain and the top level domain, right? So HTTP is hypertext transfer. This is the protocol with S is a secure protocol and www.newyorktimes.com is a domain name. And this is called .com is a top level domain. Let me go to the next slide. These are some of the most popular top level domain. Okay. .mil is a military, so if you are not an military organization, they will not allow you to have this .mil. All right, and .gov, right? If you are not part of the entity, if an organization is not belong to a local state or a government entity, they may not get this thing .gov because they need to verify. Remember, there is a VeriSign company that certified that this is a secure and legitimate site. Okay, so this is basically they review and check the TLD, right? This is the most common one, right? The .com. Okay, and EDU is reserved for degree granting institution. So the whole thing is called URL, right? pages and cartoon is a path or subdirectory. So the whole thing is called URL. Okay, so this is like a fancy name. What is your web address? Yeah. So this is top level domain, and okay, I just have one more slide, so I'm gonna stop right here. Okay, hyperlinks, right? Hyperlink is basically when you click to a link here, it will go to the other, uh, jump to another website. Breadcrumb list is this one, right? This is called breadcrumb list. You click this and then it goes to a little bit more details. Okay. What else here? Okay, here, right? Favorite and bookmark, right? If you are using, if you are an Internet Explorer, or if if you use Internet Explorer or Safari, if you want to put a bookmark, we call it this one, favorites, right? However, if you are using Firefox and Google Chrome, we call it this a bookmark. Okay. So while browsing on the web, you might want to remember the site for future reference, right? Using the favorite or bookmark features, you can store the URL site into a specific folder. Okay. So this is a Google Chrome. I'm using Google Chrome. Where is this? Google Chrome, right? This is the bookmark. Bookmark. All right. Okay, let me stop right here first, right? For the live lecture for this week. Make sure students stay up to date, okay, with all of the assignment that I posted in the Blackboard. Just make sure that continue to work on regular basis, right? To continue to complete assignment on regular basis. That way you are not stay behind. Thank you very much and have a wonderful and great day and rest of the week. Thank you.